Well, hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Mike and Troy. Welcome to TDC. Mike and T.
I haven't heard you call me Troy in a minute.
My mind is in 4 different spots right now. It's really kind of weird because this still sounds fucked up to me. The music doesn't, the levels are wrong for some reason, but whatever. It sounds good, so who cares?
Every time I go to a different spot, it sounds completely different in my head, too.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's all weird.
That's not good. But anyway, welcome to TDC. We've got some stuff to talk about today, and that we're very excited about. I keep telling you guys that changes are coming, things are coming, blah, blah, blah. And I'm happy to announce that the Patreon page is up and active. As of today. Ryan Fiorini, our good friend, was absolutely instrumental in driving that and making that happen. Can't thank him enough. He signed up as well.
Thank you. Yeah, Ryan Fiorini.
Yep.
Get your shout out.
Where you want to go is patreon.com/TDC podcast. So if you, right now we're just announcing it for the first time now. So if you go search TDC podcast or TDC, a bunch of other shit will come up. So you want to be specific until enough people are in there that it recognizes and it kind of, I don't know if it's SEO or whatever, churns, and then it will recognize us and will pop up. But patreon.com/TDC podcast. Are there any other people in there, T?
Yeah, there is. I'm still figuring this thing out myself here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Hold on. Nope, that's okay. Let's see. Looks like we got somebody else. I do know that Amy Wilson did sign up. That one's from memory.
Thank you, Amy.
Amy Wilson, very nice. And Angie Bloor.
Angie Bloor.
Had also done, but there's supposedly
Angie's,
one.
I love Angie.
I know, sweetheart.
Yeah, she's
Amy
a sweetheart.
too.
Amy, of course. All of them are. They're all monsters.
Oh, of
Don't
course.
get me wrong. They're all monsters.
And
but
they're like tools, so they're cool with me.
Yeah, Angie's the one that told me at the show the other day that we were at, you look much better in person.
Right?
In other words, you look fat as fuck on video, is what she was basically saying.
Well,
but
that's
I
true.
have mad respect for her honesty.
That is true.
And I'll take, I guess, better in person anyways.
Yeah, that's
right?
a pleasant surprise, is to be horribly disappointed.
Yeah, like if they
Jesus.
if they saw me in person and were like, Jesus, you look way better on camera.
I don't know. There's one more in there, but for some reason I'm having a hard time. We'll spread it out a little bit.
So the way this works is there's a lot of different tiers, and Ryan put all this together. So if you hate everything, blame Ryan.
Absolutely his
Take
fault.
it up with him, okay? He's fully capable of fucking all this up for us. We just don't know. We hope he didn't. But there are different levels you can sign up for. Should we run through some of them, T?
Yes, that's what I'm having a hard time finding right now.
Okay.
So give me a second here. We'll come back to that.
There's levels like $5 get you a shout out, get you a mention. $10 really unlocks the stuff. And we've put a few things in there. There's probably 4 or 5 hours worth of content in there. And we're going to add a lot as we go. Ryan had a couple pieces of content in there earlier. He was trying to get the other couple pieces loaded in before we started the show. I don't know if he got those in, but if not, they'll be in there at some point. Within the hour, probably.
Oh, I found it. It's Jim Vogt. Is also on there as well. So thank you very much, Jim.
Very good. Thank you.
Very nice.
And so there's an interview in there that we did with our very dear friend, Tooch.
Tucci.
Tooch is the first ballot Hall of Fame friend, first off.
Yeah.
You would agree.
First and foremost.
As far as salespeople that I worked with in my career, first ballot Hall of Famer, best one I've ever met, ever. It's not even close. It was James Tucci. So there's an interview we did like an hour. He used to work in Los Angeles at the Beat, like hip hop station. He was kind of central in sales there early on before moving back to Michigan and working at Greater Media with me, which is where I met him. But it's awesome. It's so fun talking to him. He's got great stories. There's also an interview we just did, T and I did day before yesterday or 2 or 3 days ago, whatever it was, with one the only Biggie.
Yes.
And we talked to E for an hour, getting updates on his trip.
Yeah.
How he's going.
Behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the scenes stuff. What his masturbatory habits are. You will get. Yep. How close or not close he's gotten to banging any chicks on this trip. Mm-hmm. It all comes out in this one. So that's great. And then we did one of my favorite books. I thought I bought it, but it might have been Marisa Rollins that gave it to me. I thought she said something, but either way, it's Questions for Terrible People. And we had Tooch sit in with us.
Yeah, we
on
fit
one
that
segment.
bill for sure.
Yeah, and that takes a disturbing turn when I decide to ask a question that's not in the book on my own,
yeah.
And really, really took it to a dark place. Mm-hmm. I mean, I bummed you out.
Yeah, big time.
Big time. Tooch took it on the chin better than you did.
Yeah.
But I will just say it's disturbing, to say the least. It's not one of my prouder moments. I'll be honest with you. It's not. I'm not proud of it. I didn't like saying it, but I was like, Questions for Terrible People? You go fuck yourself. I can come up with worse questions.
That's true. Some of them were a little too generic, too nerve tossy.
Yeah. Who would you rather room with, Jesus or Gandhi? You know, you're like, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. No.
Come on.
I can do better than that. And then you and I did a Questions for Terrible People segment, I think that's in there.
Yeah, I think just you and I, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll continue to do stuff in there, but it's active. Are you on that page now so you can kind of run down quickly what people can get?
Sure, we'll do it this way. Here you go. Okay. So there are a total of 7 levels. $5 is a thank you level. That's just a nice little thank you. We'll give you a shout out, and that's what you get. $10 a month. I'm just not going to add all the things because basically every level gets everything prior.
Yeah.
So once you get to the $10 a month, that gives you bonus content.
Okay, so the interview with E and Tooch and
all that stuff. That's the only way you can access it. The $5 is just a nice thank you. It doesn't get you the actual bonus material. You get a custom TDC Patreon member sticker. Stickers are always good.
Yep.
There's going to be monthly AMAs, Ask Me Anything. So I assume that's what that comes down to.
It is, and we'll do different ones. Maybe we'll bring Jenny Fedorovich over and Ask Me Anything with her. We can bring Ryan in. Or
we're still figuring all
Travis
this out.
runs this fucking studio a lot from behind the scenes and stuff. We can bring him in.
I have a lot of questions I'd like to ask him.
Yeah. Troy Courtney, Ask Me Anything.
Nope, we're not doing that one.
Yeah, hell yeah, we're doing that one. You can take a knee, but
right.
I mean, if you pry a little bit, it can get dark quick.
Oh, yeah.
If you pried a little bit into Troy and I's background and history together, those Ask Me Anythings. You think you know everything about us.
Oh, not even
I promise
close.
You don't.
No. You only know what we want you to know.
Yeah.
So the next level, then it goes up to $25 a month. This is the T-shirt member level. You get all of the aforementioned goodies, plus a custom TDC T-shirt.
This will not be available in any of our future merch stuff.
Yep,
so this T-shirt will be like the one Brad made for us, which I fucking loved.
Oh, yeah.
With the drawings
Classic.
Of me, E, and J. Mm-hmm. So distinct with the red fanny pack.
Absolutely.
And I spent extra because that's a third color. I had to do a T-shirt. The price jumped substantially. It was like, Jay was like, dude, we'll just be black and white. It's fine. I'm like, we need the fucking red, dude. You cannot have this as a member
Jay didn't just buy a red Sharpie. You're like, no, we'll just get it in white and just color it in on ourselves.
So I splurged. I love that one. So we're gonna come up with something.
Yeah.
I will say, I believe the way these work, so someone can't sign up and be like, I paid $25, got my T-shirt, and fucked off.
Yeah.
I think this is Patreon's rules, and I want to be very clear about this. I know in the past we have not been awesome at timing.
Perhaps dropped a ball or two in your day.
When me and Biggie are in charge or left to our own devices, things slip through the cracks. Mm-hmm. With Patreon, nothing slips through the cracks. They handle all the delivery. They take in all the funds. They get the merch out. They wait 90 days. So if you've signed up and you're a consistent member for 3 months, the rewards start going out, like T-shirts, stickers, all that kind of stuff. That's their policy. I have nothing to do with it.
Yep.
That's just the way they do
fair.
it. Yeah.
Then we go up to Your Choice is a $35 a month member, where you get to pick the topic of a show.
Okay. So we do a segment.
Yep. You get all of the aforementioned goodies and get to pick a show topic.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Then we go up to the I'm a Champion, the $50 a month. And that gets you, oh, these are out of order now. So that makes, thanks, Ryan, for fucking that up. We will deliver good or bad news.
I love this
for
one.
you. Yes.
I imagine no one's going to
I
take
had to
us
go
up
down
on
here.
this.
It was in a weird order to find the added thing onto this. So
Think about this carefully. Right? I came up with this one. I don't think anyone will take us up on this.
We'll see.
But to me, it's hilarious. The idea that you and I would call someone and break up with someone for them.
It can be
Fucking
anything you want.
divorce someone.
Good news, bad news.
Any news. Propose to someone. Tell a family member something bad that's happened to you.
Sorry, we got your test results.
Yeah, we got your test results here. You don't want to tell your mom? We'll fucking tell your mom.
Yeah.
You know, tell someone you're ending things. Tell someone you're proposing to them.
You name it.
Could be hilarious, but it depends on you guys playing ball.
That's true.
And so I don't think many people will take us up on that, but God, it'd be fucking awesome if they did.
I want to get that where somebody's quitting their job.
Oh, there you
get
go.
To do that one. We call it and quit for them.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yes. Well, yeah, we'll deliver whatever news. That's a good one.
Yep.
I'm quitting today, boys.
Hopefully they're going to a better job because spending that much money on a level to get it and then quit your job is probably not the best decision. But there's a lot of work out there right now. Yeah. Everybody should be upgrading at this point.
If you're struggling, though, if you've got to tell someone, you know, it's just eating away at you that you cheated on them.
Yeah.
You know, you got shit-faced at a friend's bachelor party and then get blown by one of the fucking dancers.
Yeah.
You know?
Now, I wonder if there's something.
It's a softer landing if we do that.
Well, here's the thing. If there's this 3-month, 90-day waiting period.
Yeah.
Now that, I wonder if we could do some sort of a waiving of that for that.
Probably.
Because if something came up and they said, I want them to do this, but that's going to be a time-sensitive issue, we can work with people. Yeah, let's reach out, things like that. So nothing set in stone here. With that, you also get a 5% discount code for all merch.
Okay, great.
Yep. And then that goes up to the friend of the family level is $100 a month.
Yeah, these are really special people to us.
Yeah, these are.
I'm looking at you, Ryan, Trav, G Money,
right?
You know, TDC, NFL Bob. You know, these are like these guys, ballers, all of them.
You got called out personally, so expect to see those clicks coming in immediately. But this will get you. This is your $100 a month. This will get you all of the aforementioned goodies, and 10% off all your merch.
Okay.
And a visit to the studio for a live taping.
Yeah.
In-studio visit.
Yeah. And you can bring a couple people.
Mm-hmm. And you would get to pick a show topic based on the progression of this thing. So you could pick the show topic for your show while you were in studio.
There you go.
And potentially we could break bad news on that same show. You see how this can all stockpile up together like that?
Does Amy and Kelly fall into this category?
Nope. I don't. I'd have to double check her thing. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then the cream of the crop, rise to the top, business as usual, is the $150 a month. Now, this is a little special because if you get to the $150 a month level, you get a weekly 15-second ad read weekly on the show. So this is designed specifically for small businesses, things like that. That's a very, very affordable advertising campaign. To be able to get reads out there like that.
For $150 a month?
Yeah.
It's nothing.
And that's,
for an ad campaign?
And that's a weekly, that would be a weekly read. So that would be 4 reads. Yeah, essentially a month.
And see if anything pops for you. If you've got our friends at the Blind Biz and did pretty fucking well by doing.
Oh, big! I'm sure.
More
roofing.
Arnold Roofing. Yeah. Hell yeah.
And because if nothing else, we are loyal as fuck.
And so are our listeners.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah. They're active.
The collective we, man.
Yeah.
Not just
sorry.
you and I.
Sorry.
The proverbial we.
But. So that's a great one. If you have a friend that's got a small business that they've started, pass that information along. And,
definitely. Yeah. So again, it's Patreon/TDC podcast.
Yeah.
And all the information is there. Feel free to go in.
Patreon.com/
Patreon.com/TDC
podcast. And honestly, that's what we're going to call the show going forward.
TDC podcast.
TDC.
Yep.
We wanted to keep TDC, the original gangsters of the show that listen will know what that reference is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've heard for so many years from so many professionals, dude, you gotta lose fucking Detroit.
Ghost Travis is in here fucking freaking me out. All of a sudden, this screen's going ape shit over here. I'm like, fuck am I doing? Oh, hi, Travis. Thanks, buddy.
He's always welcome.
Yeah, of course.
We love Ghost Travis.
Ghost Travis.
What was I saying?
I don't know. Sorry.
Shit. I don't remember.
Oh, the name. The name.
Oh, yeah. So TDC podcast, like I said, people have been trying to get me to ditch Detroit for the longest time, but I didn't want to do a whole thing. There's other stuff going on as well. There's a new site that's going to be popping up, and so it'll all tie together. We'll have the Patreon logo on the new site, and it might even be on the old site, DetroitCast.com, that you can click on and get there. So it's going to be easier. We're just taking baby steps getting into it.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Be patient. And it should be a lot of fun, and hopefully, you know, I just don't want to be embarrassed by everyone and have like 3 people sign up and that's it. And just be like, fuck.
And then do better.
No one cares. Yeah, I know. Dude, this is my nightmare of going away for as long as I did and coming back and not having the support, you know?
Oh,
if you have any issues, walters@detroitcast.com. I do look at all your emails when people email in. I usually, I don't respond to many of them, but because I'll read them, you know, and I can respond that way.
Yeah.
Which is even better.
Generally speaking, yes.
Yeah.
Unless it's critical, then no.
You might get sick of hearing us talk about Patreon.com, but sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna push it here and try and get the word out.
To me, stuff like this is what can save a show. Where
Definitely.
it's like you don't, you know, if you get support from your listeners and they upgrade levels from 5 to 10, 10 to 25, you can do that. If you think about it, $25 a month, that's like buying us a fucking 1 Starbucks coffee a week.
Yeah.
Would you buy 1 Starbucks coffee a week for us?
I do
basically what we're asking
I
for.
like a venti caramel macchiato.
There you go.
I don't even think you could get 5 venti caramel macchiatos for that.
Yeah, no,
Right.
you get 4 of them for $25 a month.
Yep, exactly.
So, you know, I know it sounds like a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah.
But
no, and we appreciate every
fucking nickel.
And you know, if this can become sustainable, then it takes away some of the need for the advertisers and things like that.
Yeah.
The commercials, the ads, the things that everybody gets sick of hearing.
Yeah.
You know, of course we want people to advertise. We still want, you know, all that, but we don't want to have to depend on it, and we don't want to have to fill with.
And dude, there are shows. If you look at Patreon, there are shows making $50,000 a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like really making money.
Okay.
By, you know, obviously bigger audiences but
Sure.
supportive and nurturing that. And we want to be the guys doing that as well and try to be able to take care of ourselves. I honestly, I don't need a fucking Porsche. I just want to be able to pay the bills, and they're, you know,
That'd be
relatively
nice.
modest.
Yep.
I'd like to be able to pay tea and be
that'd be
able to,
nice.
you know, I haven't taken a dime in neither of you since I got back.
No, it's
so,
true.
you know, it'd be nice to be able to just take care of the basics.
Yeah.
You know, my goal eventually is for you to quit your fucking job, which I think is killing you.
Oh, every day, slowly, one day at a time.
Yeah, I mean,
No doubt about that.
I know you lean into it. You know, you got your pimp limp.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have a pimp limp. Too,
Yeah, well.
You know.
Yeah, well, that might, and yeah, maybe that's a chance where, see, I haven't been able to do the surgery or anything like that because I'm still working.
Yeah.
I'll blow it out. It's a shitty thing. If I get a chance where I don't have to work like that every day, maybe I can get my back fixed.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. See?
See?
Show's about saving T's life.
That's right. That's
and
right.
you know what his initials are? TDC.
You goddamn right.
Hell yeah.
So when anybody asks why that's TDC, now you know.
Yep. Troy Donald Courtney.
Damn it!
I wasn't going to let you do that. I interviewed, who was it? Michigan sports writer. Q. He's got a Q in his name, and I asked him what the Q was, and he wouldn't tell me.
Oh.
Or John U. Bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, John U.
like,
Bacon. And I was like, what's the U? And he's like, no.
Wouldn't tell you?
No. So I'm, you know, trying to fucking, you know, John Uwe fucking Bacon. Damn it, myself. She's a good woman.
I used to go by THC, ironically enough. But
Yeah.
remember, I would always put that as everything and just sign it. And then
Yeah.
one of my teachers was like, "What's your middle name, Troy?" I said, "Herb." Everybody laughed. And this guy actually said, "Well, that's a pretty dopey middle name." Yes, sir, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Dopey middle name. That's
Right?
great. That's great.
So,
Hey, okay, we'll leave it there.
yep.
And you can come back over here, T.
Yay.
Yeah, and I know you like sitting over here better.
Okay.
So I did also want to mention T-Roy texted me and said, hey, guess who's coming to town? Robert Kelly and Big J. Okerson and Ari Shaffir. That's a power.
That is a murderous lineup right there, no
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah. That those three are
Strong.
badass.
Yeah.
They're coming to the Fillmore on the 26th, I believe. So just in a few days.
This upcoming weekend.
Yeah, Saturday, March 26th, 8 p.m. at the Fillmore. Ari Shaffir, Big J. Okerson, and Robert Kelly. So I just threw a text into Bobby and said, hey, dude, any chance you want to come by and do the show, or all three of you, or, whatever? And he was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool when you send that text out and the response is, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You want to come in and do the show? Fuck yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, respect.
Yeah. And so it turns out that
If he came, I was going to clean these fucking windows so I don't have to hear it. Busted our balls last time about that. What the fuck? How dirty these skylights are.
That would have been great.
I would have absolutely gone up there and cleaned them if he was coming in.
So then he texts me a marked location, like from, I don't know, his house in fucking New York or something. And it's like a 9 or 12-hour drive. I'm like, you coming over now, man? What's going on? And he's like, you know what, dude? Bobby Kelly. He says, we are driving 3 straight days, 3 straight cities, all 3 hours apart. So we're gonna arrive just before the show in Detroit. There's no way we're gonna be able to come in studio. Yeah. But would you want to talk to one of us? Big J has something going on already. And he said, but, Ari or myself. I said, well, I've already talked to you.
Yeah.
So I'd rather talk to Ari.
Of course.
He said, sure. I said, or I talked to both of you. I don't give a fuck. But I love Ari Shaffir.
Yeah.
I think it's called Double Negative. I should have looked this up, but I think his special was called Double Negative, and he did 2 specials in one. They're each an hour, and they're fucking brilliant.
Yeah, right on.
He's been canceled so many times. I don't know if they're still on Netflix.
Yeah, right. He caught a lot of heat off that Kobe thing.
Oh, did he ever? He caught a lot of heat off a lot of things.
Yeah, true. But that one was a.
So I emailed Ari this afternoon and said, hey, dude, can you do a phoner Wednesday? And I haven't heard back from him yet. I inquired about giving tickets away, and I haven't heard back yet. So hopefully, if things go according to plan, we should have Ari Shaffir on Wednesday's show. That's the goal. Bobby called me, and we talked for a little while, and it seemed like that was going to be an easy thing. So
cool. Yeah.
It's not done, but I do want to mention their show.
Yeah,
there are tickets available for it. Like I said, this Saturday at the Fillmore, and you're not going to find a funnier show.
No, you won't.
Than Ari Shaffir, Big J. Okerson, and Robert Kelly, Bobby Kelly.
Yeah, that's Murder's Row.
Fantastic group. So that'll be a fun night. I'm hoping we can go to that.
Yeah.
I'd like to go to that show.
Throw some tickets, Bobby.
Yeah. So anyway, for those interested, I know we're asking you to spend a lot of money today.
I know.
We're really hitting you in the pocketbook today.
Right? Don't worry about that. Gas is coming back down. You got that
good.
extra couple of bucks in your pocket now.
Send it our way. We'll have some fun together.
No doubt.
You support us, we'll support you.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Hey, the NCAA Women's Swimming Championship wrapped up Saturday.
Did it?
Evening. Yeah.
Okay.
Bet you didn't know that.
Oh, I caught some vapors.
Yeah. Yep. Leah Thomas competed Saturday evening in the 100 freestyle, finishing in 8th place.
Yeah. We wonder.
Buy it, dude.
I don't either. Not when you came out and you stroked the 500
On Thursday.
By about 2 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's 1 second and 3/4, which is, in swimming is a long time.
Yeah. It's usually like bang, bang.
Yeah.
Touch the wall. Bang,
Yeah.
bang.
And then went on to not place in every sequential
Yeah.
race, and came in second, came in deep. And generally with swimming, you have specialties. The person that wins the 100 doesn't generally win the 500 because they're just different races. It's about speed and stamina and things like that. Sprinters don't run marathons, that kind of shit.
Right.
So,
Right.
It's hard to be great at all of them. Clearly only does a freestyle because that way the rudder's down.
Yeah.
Backstroke would look weird.
Yeah.
But have a mast.
Yeah. It sounds like, people are just on eggshells. Society should not be on eggshells
Shouldn't have to be. Right.
to have an opinion.
Especially over the minority. It's like the majority is terrified of the minority.
Yeah. And rightly so. For one of these parents, imagine for one of these parents and your daughter's swimming, and all of a sudden some dude jumps into the mix and just starts kicking ass.
Yeah.
And, you have no chance. You have no chance. Like, it'd be really hard to be silent about that and just not screaming about fairness issues.
Yeah, of course.
It'd be impossible. But at the same time, if you do take a stance like that, you can kiss goodbye.
What are you, a transphobe?
You're a transphobe. I'm not afraid of trans people.
No,
okay?
just don't think
Phobia
it's fair.
means you're afraid of it, right?
Yeah.
Arachnophobia applies. I'm scared of a spider.
Yeah.
I don't like those things. I'm not afraid of a trans person.
No.
At all. I don't think you are either.
No.
Just come up with a different name than transphobia.
Yeah. Well, that's just makes it sound scary.
Yeah.
Makes you sound even
Homophobia.
worse. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm terrified of a homo. Ooh.
I love that picture of them. The second, third, and fourth. The all real women.
Yeah.
That came in, did their own little podium off to the side, and
yeah.
Liam's just standing there watching them.
Towering over them.
Yeah.
So they had 1, 2, 3 like the Olympics. And so Leah was at the first place podium with her medal. Second place podium was empty. And the third place, all 3 of the next, so second, third, and fourth finishers stacked together on that. I mean, it spoke volumes.
It
The image
really
is
did.
powerful.
Yeah, it really was powerful. It was one of those pictures that's worth a million, or with a
Picture's
million
worth
words.
1,000, not a million.
Well, this one was worth a million.
Yeah, maybe.
1,000 words.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they brought the fourth place up. Like, okay, here's the real podium. We'll have our own little picture and our own little celebration, and you can stay over there with your cock
You
and
won.
balls. Good
Congratulations.
job. Congratulations.
You fucking 6 inches of limp dick hanging out of your fucking swimming
They
trunks.
said it was silent
yeah.
when he finished.
One of the
She
parents
finished.
said, yeah, Jesus Christ.
Canceling
What
already.
year is this?
I know. Well,
What year is this? So, yeah, she apparently touched the wall, and the place was crickets.
Yeah.
And then second place touched
and
the
they
wall.
went ape shit.
Fucking blew up in the stands.
I
Yeah,
like it.
it's a tough spot. And the girl who was not allowed to go to the NCAA championships, so the woman who came, they only let the top 16 in.
Yeah. So the 17th.
So the 17th has spoken out.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. After days of silence from most female athletes, a young woman whose final spot was stolen from her by a biological male. I mean,
It's hard
just
to
following
argue
the science,
that.
right? My name is Rika Georgi.
Okay.
Gyorgy. I'm saying orgy,
Yeah.
right?
Georgie.
You're not calling her like Georgi or anything. No, it's G.
Down
Orgy.
in Gorky Park.
It's not a bad Klaus mine.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah.
I chose my octave poorly.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Don't try to do the Scorpions.
Yeah.
It's not good. You can't touch Klaus.
No.
You just can't. He's a little guy. He's like Dio, but he can sing.
Let her rip.
She's from Hungary. I am a 2016 Rio Olympian, represented Vatek for the past 5 years, 2-time ACC champ,
Jeez,
2-time
isn't that too long for college?
5, a little bit. She's got a 5th year of eligibility.
Okay.
Maybe she's going to medical school.
Maybe.
2-time All-American, 3-time honorable mention All-American. With all due respect, I would like to address something that is a problem in our sport right now and hurting athletes, especially swimmers. Everyone has heard of Leah Thomas and her case, blah, blah, blah. She respects, so Guy Orgy wrote that she respects.
Sounds way worse.
Yeah.
Guy Orgy.
Yeah. Georgie. Guy Orgy sounds horrible.
right.
Sorry about that. She respects and fully stands with Thomas and is convinced that Thomas is no different than Guy Orgy. I'd say a little different.
A little bit.
I mean, the cock and balls would be one.
That's, yeah.
Like a pretty big difference.
Testosterone be another small difference.
If you're talking, there's no difference between, titties count as a difference?
I would think so.
And I think cock and balls would be a really big one.
Yeah, that's going to jump out at you.
Yeah, like a lot. So yeah, let's see. No different than her, blah blah blah, or any other D1 swimmer that has worked their entire swimming career. She is doing what she is passionate about and deserves that right. On the other hand, I would like to critique the NCAA rules that allow her to compete against us who are biologically women. So you don't support her.
Oh, and that's not a fair comparison either, because you can support her. Like she should be able to swim. I get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If she's a swimmer and wants to be able to compete,
Sure.
But it's okay. It's not fair You know, it's like, well, you know, I want to play in the 12 and under league, soccer.
Yeah.
And just fucking mow these kids down.
Yeah.
Okay, you can still play soccer, but you can't play with them.
Yeah. Well, someone tried to do that, not to that level, but there was some fucking total weirdo, creepy dude in his 50s or 60s who identified as a 6-year-old girl, and some family adopted him and
that
had
is
this.
creepy.
And like, I think they had an actual child living in the house, and it was like, he wants to play with My Little Pony with the daughter and shit, and dress like a princess, and he's 6.
Mm-hmm. Are you talking about the Afterlife episode we watched?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Was there one
Yeah.
like that?
Mm-hmm. Well, I was with his wife, and then his daughter came in. He was pretending to be a 6-year-old girl. It was just an old dude.
Oh, no, this was an actual news story
okay.
that we did. Yeah. It was, but, you know, there's been a couple of those, like the woman who married a tree. She's still happily married after 3 or 4 years, I think.
That's a tree hugger, right?
You got that right.
Tree humper.
So there's been those spot ones where you're like, okay, you know, I identify as a 6-year-old. Okay.
And that's fine, but again, you don't get to go play in 6-year-old sports.
No.
You know?
No. But you're one step away from that if we recognize
Exactly.
this person's a 6-year-old.
Yeah. So that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Fine, I can support you wanting to be associated or as a 6-year-old.
No, you can't.
Well, whatever. But it doesn't mean that it's okay. So my point is that you can support that person in what they're doing, but also not agree with how it's being done.
Yeah, or support them by getting them mental health help.
Okay.
In a lot of respects, right?
Hey, we're all fucking crazy on some level.
Sure. Especially people that are 60 that identify as 6.
Yeah.
But, you know, teach their own. I'm a 5th-year senior. I've been top 16 and top 8 before, and I know how much of a privilege it is to make it to the finals. At a meet this big, this is my last college meet ever, and I feel frustrated. Feels like that final spot was taken away from me because of the NCAA's decision to let someone who is not a biological female compete. I know you could say I had the opportunity to swim faster and make the top 16, but this situation makes it a bit different, and I can't help but be angry or sad. It hurts me, blah, 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 blah. She just wants the NCAA to readdress this. They've got a real problem on their hands.
Yeah. Well, because what happens if this just continues to snowball? And
It will.
Yeah. And next year, the top 5 of the top 16 in the finals are dudes.
Yeah.
And then in 5 years, it'll be all dudes. And
Yeah.
then women won't even have a place to swim anymore.
Yeah. It
Who knows?
just seems obvious from where we came from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Where it was hilarious when one dude got to fucking be on the girls lacrosse team.
Yep.
Because by
They didn't have it. The Title
they didn't have a
IX or
men-
something like that.
Yeah,
Was it?
they didn't have a men's team, so by law, he was able to join the women's team and fucking hammered him. And it was the fucking greatest
Awesome.
story of the year. It
Yeah.
was he didn't care. He was like, "Hey man, I love lacrosse.
I just want to play lacrosse.
I'm just balling out." It was
Yep.
like, "You go, boy. Get you." From there,
Damn, I should have done that with volleyball.
yeah, we would have
Fucking A.
crushed it.
Yeah,
volleyball.
because there's schools that have men's volleyball. Or boys,
Yeah.
I guess, in high school. But
Yeah.
hindsight, damn it.
There's just entirely too much news each day, and I suppose I could ignore it. I think it's important to talk about these things, but the trans issue and gets the trans people topic gets entirely too much press.
Yeah.
And I think it's just I don't know what it is, but it's just
We got to keep it, out in front. Act like that's what's really important.
Yeah.
In this country. And
I'm sorry, is it just me or are you horrified by our Health and Human Services Assistant Health and Human Services Director, fucking Rachel Levine, who spent 54 years as a fucking dude and
Yeah.
looks every bit of it.
yeah,
And
Babylon
it's
Bee's
just
Man of the Year.
Lady. Fucking great. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how's that in there?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
of
sorry.
course. Yeah.
Spoiler.
No. There's no spoiler there. So, conservative satire website, the Babylon Bee. For those that aren't familiar, it's a conservative site. It's the Onion.
Yeah, it's
essentially.
basically
It's
The
a
Onion.
satire.
Yeah, it's all spoof shit.
It's all spoof shit.
Mad TV.
Yeah, Mad Magazine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
It's all fake.
print.
They've been suspended by Twitter over a tweet naming transgender U.S. Assistant Secretary of Health Dr. Rachel Levine. It's Man of the Year.
Who just won Woman of the Year?
Right. So March 15th, the Babylon Bee's Twitter account fired off a tweet featuring a link to an article bearing the headline, The Babylon Bee's Man of the Year is Rachel Levine. That is a fucking hilarious joke.
It's perfect.
I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Every bit of that fucking sentence is funny as shit. Right?
You're not allowed to be funny anymore.
No, you can't be funny anymore. That's funny as shit. I'm sorry. It just is. When USA Today names Rachel Levine as their Woman of the Year, and then the satire fucking Babylon Bee says Babylon Bee's Man of the Year is Rachel Levine, that's a great joke.
Exactly.
Sorry.
And they get a permanent ban. Well, at least not permanent, but
it's going to be permanent, I guess.
Indefinite.
Yeah, the story repeatedly used male pronouns to refer to Levine, who identifies as a woman, dead named her by using her male birth name, and mocked her appearance. All very easy things to do.
Low-hanging fruit.
Yeah. Describing the senior health official as being the first man in that position to dress like a Western cultural stereotype of a woman.
I mean, it'd be one thing if this was like, you know, a legitimate news source. It's a fucking spoof site.
Yeah.
When did they start paying the ultimate price for jokes?
Yeah.
Well, it's a scary, scary time.
It's unbelievable. He's also an admiral in the U.S. Public Health Service Commission Corps. What a boss. Rachel's original name is Richard Levine, but he changed it to Rachel for some strange reason a few years ago. Who cares? Who says a dude as accomplished as this can't be named Rachel? This king doesn't care what people think about him. He often wears a dress, which some people think is weird, but he doesn't care one bit. Come on. Men in India wear dress-type garments, don't they? The Bee article included an update which stated, since announcing this award, we've been told that Levine actually identifies as a woman. We have still chosen to give the award as his self-identification has no bearing on the truth. Congratulations, Rachel Levine.
That's a gret caveat, too.
Yeah. 5 days after sending out the tweet, the account was suspended by Twitter for their hateful conduct policy.
Oh.
Hateful. Would state that users may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis of race, ethnicity, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. Okay. So where in that did they promote violence against,
harassment? Just harassment.
Just harassment. That's just such
That's such a broad blanket statement that they can just put it under the guise of just harassment.
So now harassing a public figure?
Yeah. As long as it's, you know, on the wrong team.
Wow.
Yeah.
So basically what you're saying, unless you're a white male, cisgendered white male, you can't harass anyone. Essentially.
I mean, I don't know who wrote that article. It didn't have to be a cis white male that wrote that article.
No, I'm saying, like, in order to not get canceled, like, I'm saying you can say anything you want about a cis white male.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Like, you can attack the fuck out of them. You can threaten them.
Sure.
You can dox them. No one will give a shit about the poor cisgendered, white male.
We've had it too good for too long.
Yes.
Our time is coming.
Right. Because people didn't like the way people were treated a long time ago, so we're going to treat the new generation of those people equally horribly, because that'll make things right.
Yep, because two wrongs to definitely make
always
a right.
make a right. Dylan, let's see. 5 days after they suspended us for hateful conduct, Dylan, the Babylon CEO, we're told our account will be restored in 12 hours, but the countdown won't begin until we delete the tweet that violates the Twitter rules. We're not deleting anything. Truth is not hate speech, and if the cost of telling the truth is the loss of our Twitter account, then so be it. So far, the Babylon Bee has not been kicked off Facebook. We are in a world now where calling a man, even though satire and humor is hate speech.
Yeah.
As for the Babylon Bee, this is not the first time people at the website have landed in hot water for its treatment of trans public figures. Last month, Facebook deleted a post poking fun at the transgender Jeopardy winner, Amy Schneider, which read, as a biological male, Schneider is once again proving the vast superiority of the male intellect. Joel Berry, managing editor of the Bee, doubled down on the post, boasting in the tweet, I'm pretty proud of this one. It's not often we manage to get transphobia and misogyny into one headline.
Pretty proud of that. Yeah.
I don't understand why these people are so protected. Like, you can't tell a fucking joke about any of these people anymore. Like, dude, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
We joke and mock each other all the fucking time, except you want to be treated like everybody else, you say. Yet nobody.
Now you can't be the butt of a joke.
Yeah, you can't be the butt of the joke, and we just have to go along with no matter what you say.
Yeah, you have no say in the matter at all.
How outrageous, how it would have been thought of as absolutely asinine 4 years ago.
Right.
We all just have to jump on board like the norm.
Yep.
Totally with you, no matter what you say. Yeah. Can't question it. Can't joke about it.
I don't know how they got that kind of power. Just don't get it. I just don't get it.
I don't either. But all these corporations that jump on board,
it can't continue on this trajectory. It just can't.
No, there's no way.
No, they're blasting towards the cliff, man.
I'll tell you, South Park dropped their St. Patty's Day episode the other day, and they got into this shit. Fuck. Oh my God, did they hammer it? They were because they're talking about St. Patrick, what he was about. He comes back towards the end of the episode.
St. Patrick?
St. Patrick does.
Okay.
Just in like a picture of him floating around. Yeah. And he's, all these people. So Butters, right, in the episode, he's all into St. Patrick's Day. He knows the history of it. He's the most innocent, sweet boy in the whole school. He loves everybody, and everybody loves him. But he's dressed in green, and anybody that's not dressed in green, per tradition, gets a little pinch. And so he sees a girl in class, and she doesn't appear to be wearing any green, and so he just goes, bink, just the tiniest little bink on her butt. Next scene cuts to fucking 4 cop cars, lights a-blazing. He's hauled to jail on fucking
perp walk for Butters.
Perp walk. The local news is covering it as he's a fucking sexual predator, and he's unwanted advances. His lawyer ends up slapping the shit out of him a bunch, a female lawyer, because she's not wearing green and he can't help it. He fucking pinches her. She's slapping it. And then St. Peter comes back, and he's like, people are like, he's like, what? This is my day. This is fucking, you want to pinch a titty or two. He's like, you need to smack an ass. That's what this holiday's about. Get fucked up.
One day a year.
And all the woke people in the area are going, you're reprehensible. Blah, blah. He's like, oh, go fuck yourself. Grabs a chick's tits. Lifts another one up. He's fucking tongue jacking her. Some girl's got a kiss me, I'm Irish shirt on. He's like, this bitch gets it. Blah, blah, and starts making out with her, grabbing her tits.
One day a year. Let it go.
Oh, my God.
Let loose.
It's fucking great. If you haven't seen it, it's so good. Yeah. They're still hammering.
It's amazing how well they've held up.
It is.
Time.
And kind of the uncancelable
exactly
zone. One of the few.
Attack everybody, and
that
way you can't get accused of.
Well, so many of us do. Not me, but shows like this are getting targeted like crazy, and they make fun of everybody too.
Yeah, exactly. Just make sure you offend everyone. And you cover the gamut.
Yeah. ESPN. This can't be going anywhere good. On Friday, multiple ESPN employees used their platform to protest Florida's parental rights and education bill.
Oh.
Don't say gay bill.
Oh, is that? Oh, I forgot. Yeah, you couldn't say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We're not in Florida, so we can say it.
Yeah.
You can say it in Florida, too. Just kidding.
Yeah. No, you can't. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can.
Of course you can.
At the start of the second half between South Carolina and Howard in the first round of the women's NCAA tournament, how many eyeballs would be on that?
Yeah, 9.
20? 15?
Yeah. I didn't know what it was. I was catching some of the backlash of this. Like, hey, why don't you fucking ESPN? Why don't you stick to commentating the game?
Yeah. No, announcers Carolyn Peck and Courtney Lyle, big names in the industry. Big names.
Yep.
Who could forget Carolyn Lyle's famous layup in that one game 1 year?
I think.
Yeah, probably. I think Carolyn Peck had like a 10-foot jumper that she hit.
Probably.
Who could forget in that one game, that 1 year? It's fucking amazing, man. Yeah, great career. So, and obviously killing it.
Yeah.
What are they on? ESPN 42?
The Ocho.
The Ocho, covering the women's national tournament that literally no one gives a shit about. Even their families are like, really? I got to go to this fucking game? Really? I have to drive to Indianapolis? We're doing this again?
You ever seen the March Madness, the brackets for the Because there's such a drop off in women's basketball in college.
Yeah.
They're like it comes down to like 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like every year, all the 1 seeds make it. Maybe a 2 sneaks in, but like that's it.
Who is it? Like Tennessee? Weren't they good?
Yeah, Tennessee
who's
was.
the big one?
UConn.
Pat whatever as the coach.
Pat Summitt was Tennessee.
Tennessee, okay.
Gino Auriemma at UConn.
Okay,
That's been a
UConn.
dynasty.
Yeah.
But now it's who's a big one now is ironically enough, the Gamecocks of University of South Carolina.
Yeah, I love the Cox.
Yeah.
Love the Cox. I had
Definitely.
a Cox hat at one
Of
point.
course.
Yeah. They came out. Normally at this time, we would take a look back at the first half highlights. You don't need to.
Yeah. Layup, jumper, layup, jumper.
Turnover.
That one, she almost got rim. Oh, that was close.
Yeah.
We'll put that on
Touch
top
the bottom
10.
of the net. No. Today's top 10 with 4 fucking highlights from the women's game. Yeah. Awesome. Hilarious. We get what you're doing. We see it.
Why don't they just put the rim at fucking 9 feet and let them go dunk?
In bikinis.
Make it watchable. There we go.
Like volleyball.
Perfect.
There's no reason for volleyball chicks to be wearing those skimpy outfits.
Absolutely not.
But it's very watchable. Isn't the goal to get eyeballs on it? Make it an 8-foot rim.
Do what you got to do.
Topless versus
shirts and skins.
bottomless.
Tits versus muffs.
Yeah, tits versus muffs. I'd watch that all the time.
I would definitely tune in for that.
Yeah. They came out and said, our friends and our family and our coworkers, okay, some things are bigger than basketball, especially women's basketball. They didn't say that. I'm going to add that for them. Some things are way bigger than women's basketball.
Everything.
So you think they're going to go with the war, Ukraine?
No.
No. Some things are bigger and need to be addressed at this time. Our friends, our family, our coworkers, the players, coaches in our community are hurting right now. At 3 o'clock, about 8 minutes ago, our LGBTQIA plus teammates at Disney asked for our solidarity and support, including our company's support, in opposition to the Parental Rights in Education bill in the state of Florida and similar legislation across the United States. A threat to any human rights is a threat to all human rights. At this time, Courtney and I, we're going to take a pause from our broadcast to show our love and support for our friends, our family, our colleagues.
Scissor.
Carolyn Peck and Courtney Lyle remain silent for?
What?
Courtney Peck and Courtney Lyle remain silent for a duration time of?
69 seconds.
Good guess.
Yeah.
No. 2 fucking minutes.
They didn't, for 2 minutes, they
2
shut down.
minutes.
They just...
Do you have any idea? Look at your clock.
Air.
Look at your clock
air.
for 2 straight minutes. Go ahead. I'll wait. Holy fuck, dude.
We should do one of those too.
A moment of silence is a moment.
Yeah. 10 seconds.
Not even 3. 3 gets the point across. 2 minutes is a fucking eternity.
Yeah.
People start thinking their TVs are broken.
Right.
If anyone was watching, they'd be getting tons of complaints about that. 2 minutes.
I think they went and took a piss.
Probably. Employees of Disney, which owns ESPN, have planned walkouts this week in protest of CEO Bob Chapek's response to the bill. Starting Tuesday, March 15th, great. Looking forward to it, ladies. March 15th through Monday, March 21st, we will begin scheduled walkouts during a 15-minute break period. These will take place at 3 p.m. to 3:15 p.m., respective to employee time zones. Then on Tuesday, March 22nd, we will engage in a full-stage walkout. Anchor L. Duncan also spoke on the response from ESPN employees.
So they go out for a smoke break every day for 2 weeks or whatever, and then they're going to have a walkout?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just walk out. The fuck are you doing?
Or don't.
Or don't. Or either,
No one cares.
What's the point of the 15-minute walkout? Just go have a smoke? Take a lap?
Yeah.
The fuck are you doing?
Many of our colleagues here at ESPN have planned and organized a walkout that will be happening at 3 o'clock Eastern today.
It takes you 10 minutes to get out of the building in most of these places.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Especially there.
Finally make it to the door, have to turn around and get back to your desk.
Yeah. 15 minutes is over. Maybe the clock doesn't start until they hit the ground.
Maybe.
And to be honest with you, we thought we were going to come here today and really celebrate a sport that has meant so much and done so much, including for so much in the LGBTQ plus communities. But we understand the gravity of this legislation and also how it is affecting so many families across the country. And because of that, our allyship is going to take a front seat. And with that, we're going to pause in solidarity. Someone tweeted, here's ESPN's Elle Duncan getting very upset that teachers can't talk to very young children about sex and gender identity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mad.
Yeah. I encourage people to read the bill. I really do.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think you'll be like, what?
Yeah. It's funny how what reality is and what gets put out, to feed the fire are very rarely the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or take one little snippet of something, try to focus just on that and twist that out of line and make it into something that it's really not when it's really irrelevant in the grand scheme of things.
You've got that right.
You got that right, man. Hey.
Yeah.
In today's complex financial environment, timely insights and prudent guidance are essential to effectively manage your money and work towards your goals. Mark and Jay at LPL Financial can help you develop an investment strategy to address your needs and aspirations. Call today and tell them that you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligations consultation. 248-626-2000 and ask for Mark or Jay.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Hey, the Cleveland Browns. They're defending their acquisition of Deshaun Watson.
Yep. That is all guaranteed money.
Yep.
Woo.
He's worth it.
Unheard of.
Yep.
Well, we'll
5
see.
years, guaranteed $235 million. Something like that.
Something like that. $50 million a year, basically, give or take.
Yep. Deshaun Watson currently faces lawsuits over allegations of sexual assault and harassment from 22 women.
Well, the lawsuits, no
Yeah.
criminal charges.
Nope. Nope. Andrew Berry insisted that the team did its due diligence by conducting extensive investigative, legal, and reference work over the past several months. We are acutely aware and empathetic to the highly personal sentiments expressed about this decision. Our team's comprehensive evaluation process was of utmost importance. Due to the sensitive nature of the situation and the complex factors involved, we also understand there are still some legal proceedings that are ongoing, and we will respect due process. So they're extensive, and I mean extensive due diligence work, included not interviewing any of the 22 women or their lawyer.
Okay.
So
Are they allowed to, though, I wonder?
sure, the Browns could.
Okay.
If they're going, hey, man, what really happened between you and this guy? We're about to give him the fucking world on a platter, guaranteed, no matter what.
Yeah, well, here, so now we'll make sure you get your money.
Yeah, it's true. He waived his no-trade clause. He's got a new fully guaranteed 5-year, $230 million contract that includes a $44.5 million signing bonus. I guess he's making like $1 million next year.
On his old contract?
No. In anticipation that the league's going to suspend him for the year.
Oh.
So the Browns are like, eat shit for a year for $1 million, and then you start the $44.5 million.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
something along those lines.
So, yeah, when you got to sit out for a whole nother year, you're only going to eat $1 million.
Yeah.
Pay your penance.
Yep.
Serve your time.
Yep.
Come on back with welcome you with
24.
open arms.
See you in 24.
And we'll eat shit for a little while. We'll lose a bunch of games. We'll get you some draft picks. We'll surround you with some guys. In 2024, we're going to hit the ground running.
Yeah, that's the plan.
The Deshaun Watson era starts.
Let me be very clear about this. That is a well-lawyered statement from team ownership, management, about, doing their... Let me be crystal clear. The Cleveland Browns do not give one single fuck of an iota about any of these women.
No, God no.
These women could burn in a fucking house fire today. They couldn't care less.
They would. That would be very happy if that happened.
They would be.
Yeah.
They couldn't give a shit less. I don't blame them. I'll be honest with you. No. I don't.
If there's no criminal charges.
Yeah, and he wants to pay off some bitches on the side, give him each $1 million. That's $22 million. That's
got plenty
half
of
of
it.
1 year's salary to him.
Yeah, you got plenty of it to dish out now.
Yeah, you could dish that out. So you make $210 million instead of $230.
Yep.
Whatever. Give him each $1 million and tell him to go away. That's fine. He can do that. But this idea of like, oh, I'm torn. I wanted the Niners to sign him. I wanted the Lions to sign him.
Nah, fuck that.
Why? He's fucking amazing on a football field. He is. He's amazing on a
There's no
football
point in
field.
giving
He's
that money
young.
to a quarterback right now here.
No.
Doesn't make
true.
any sense.
but you'd speed up the process by years.
Maybe.
Years.
Having a quarterback that
They're in the process to strengthen that O and D line.
Yep.
You get one or two weapons around them. You know, Swift looks like he can play. He can ball.
Yep.
The Lions have some good pieces in place.
Decent pieces.
Young, good coach. You throw Deshaun Watson, you speed that process up by 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. But, you know, maybe he wouldn't have come here. Who knows? So I'll tell you what exactly these some of these women are alleging that the Browns care less than nothing about. So the lawsuits claim Watson forced 2 women to blow him.
Okay.
Like, that's like
I mean,
grab by the head.
are we talking forced or
Forced.
just paid them?
They would say forced. He would say paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fine line.
He ejaculated on 3 women. That's even more disrespectful.
Well, what? I mean, did he throw it, or did they not get out of the way of their own work, or what happened? I mean, listen, if these are professionals, you know how to aim that thing.
They're masseuses.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've had a few masseuses in my day, and it ends in a fucking warm towel. Not fucking diving out of the way. Fucking.
Well, who knows? He's 25, athletic. He's probably got a fucking shot, dude.
Yeah, sure. He's put an eye out with that thing, I'm sure.
I bet he can shoot a load as far as he can throw a football.
Damn near.
He's got a 70-yard shot if he wants it. You know what I mean? So that loaded gun, when it goes off, heads up, and it probably goes off for a while.
Sure.
It's like a loose sprinkler in there. So he came on 3 women. So, yeah, I don't know if they were blowing him or if he was just taking aim as they were trying to get out of the way of the room.
He's just tugging one off. Like, hey, come here, look at this. Like a fucking Nerf war.
Bring your friend in, too.
Got him.
Ejaculated on 3, forcibly kissed another. 18 women say Watson touched them with his panous during massages.
Okay.
So
the women that say that he touched them with his panous during the massage.
Right.
Now, none of these there was no happy endings involved in these at all?
I'm going to guess there was probably happy endings in all of these.
That would be my guess, right.
So how would you do that exactly? Like, I've never had a side massage. You're either on your back or your front.
Yep.
So his dick, unless it's on his hip, is either...
Maybe he's got one of those like fucking 2-footers that just flopped off the edge of the table.
Yeah,
caught her in the arm, you know.
We've seen worse.
Yeah.
But if he's on his stomach, that thing's buried into the table, right?
It's uncomfortable.
If he's upright, you know, you can see the tent. I mean, he's got a fort going on there.
Yeah.
But how he would touch them with it, would he, like...
Right. Does he grab their hand and put it on his dick? Or does he, like
I
do
would
a quick little shift, like throw it over there when she's getting close?
I just don't understand why that would
Maybe
be
got that kind of control that you can, like, flop it around like a dead fish?
Maybe. We're going to have to see this guy's dong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exhibit A, Your Honor.
Exhibit A, yeah. Like, they're making these claims about me, and my shit's only 4 inches.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's a problem.
Yeah, you had to come touch this. This didn't go touch you.
Exactly.
Right.
But if he, like you said, he's got some 2-foot fucking horse cock.
Alabama black snake out there just fucking hunting prey.
Whap, whap. He's just slapping him as they're massaging him.
Yeah, it ain't too damn buku.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's see. He denies, says any sexual interaction was consensual.
And paid for.
And if he put his hand, if he grabbed their hand and put it on his panous, I don't think you'd say Watson touched them with his penis during massages.
Would forced me to touch himself or something along those lines. It would be worded differently.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. The Houston grand jury heard all the complaints from 9 of Watson's accusers before deciding, get out of here, whores.
Okay,
Stop
Mercedes, Cinnamon, LaShonda,
Porsche.
You guys are all just you're dismissed.
So fans and sports pundits have been split on this. LeBron James celebrated.
Oh, fuck off! I don't care.
I know. I'm sorry. Is that really the person we want as the face of the Browns? Asked Robin Lochner, administrator for an online forum called the Cleveland Browns Women's Group. Bet that's a fun group.
Yeah.
Oof, the Cleveland Browns Women's Group. The fuck do they talk about? Speaking for myself and the majority of the women in my group, it's not the right move for this team. I have 6,200 women in that group, and probably 95% of them are against this move. Did that comprehensive, unless the Haslams, okay, so Brooke Pryor at ESPN said, did this process involve talking to the 22 women? And I don't think any should, longtime NFL reporter Peter King slammed the Browns move, claiming the club sold its soul in the deal.
Yeah, that's okay. It's all about W's.
Yeah, W's, wins, win.
Yeah. The fact that this went the course, that they chose not to press any charges whatsoever. Now, all these women's statements are well documented in their testimonies. So they have access to all this stuff, whether or not they need to have a separate conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm sure that they're not going to go into any more detail than what's already been documented.
I want to hear from at least one of the ones that got came on.
Yeah.
Like
Find
that
out
one's-
scenario. Yeah. See how that happened.
Do a fucking interview and just be like, look, he was chasing me around the room just firing his gun.
Yeah.
And he
Pew, pew.
he threw fucking good 18 ounces of nut all over that massage room.
Like
I had to
fucking
fucking wash
Spider-Man
everything.
was there.
Yeah, exactly. You would have thought it was Spider-Man chasing me around the room. But it was Deshaun Watson and his giant hog.
Yeah.
That's what happened. And I'd go, okay, that paints a different picture other than, well, I was stroking him off, and then he came and it fucking blew me up in the
Yeah,
face.
he didn't tell me. He didn't give me a warning.
He gave me no warning.
heads
and then
up
basically
whatsoever.
Bukkakied me.
Yeah.
So
Glue that eye shut.
Yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. He didn't even get me a towel.
Fuck. See, that's just
It's disrespectful. That's the shit we need to know, though, right?
Yeah.
Because if you played dumb games and you won dumb prizes, that's one thing. But if he was chasing you around with a loaded gun, firing off fucking shots at you,
Yeah, it's unwarranted.
that's totally different.
For sure, yeah. We need some clarification on this.
Peter King, of course.
Oh, Pete, come on.
He slammed the Browns. I don't think any team should go into business with a player. Though cleared of criminal charges, who has 22 women accusing him of indecent acts, 31 teams should have risen up and said, we might be interested in this great football player, but only after we know the full scope of what we're dealing with. The fact is, they don't know. I stress, we are all innocent until proven guilty, blah, blah, blah.
Of course.
But
Thanks, Pete.
in what other business, in what other line of work would a person with such serious accusations against them be handed a $230 million to lead the jewel of the community? Well, because that's what you're doing. Because you're one of 30 people on planet Earth who could even potentially do it.
Yep.
And you're probably one of 5 in the world at your position that's as good as he is.
True.
Right? He's a top fucking 6 quarterback in the NFL right now, and he's young. And all these people whining about this will not give a shit if he delivers a Super Bowl win to Cleveland.
No, fuck no.
None of them will care about it.
And what if
any of
this all comes out to be nothing?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't get any of this back. He
Yeah.
doesn't get last year that he sat and ate his entire salary last year. I'm not saying that he's not, but I think that he's some sort of sexual predator out there, assaulting women.
Cosbying chicks?
Yeah, no, I don't. I
Yeah.
think he's paying for fucking escorts to come in, excuse me, masseuses to come in and take care of their business.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they got together and decided they were going to fleece this guy down for some money.
Yeah.
Now, is it possible that he got a couple that weren't gamers and assumed
They were?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, 100%.
and
That's probably the more likely story.
exactly.
Here.
But
and there's
22
probably
of them. No, you fuck that up one time, you make sure the next one is on board.
Yeah.
You don't
Right.
fuck that up again. You have come jerk me off money.
Yeah.
That's you don't make that mistake. So,
Right.
the agency sent over a newbie, didn't
Yeah.
know the fucking score.
Right.
Like, hey,
Didn't
what are you
realize
doing? Yeah, what are you doing
she
here?
had to go down hard on fucking 10 inches.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Don't you
Like,
know the deal here?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. And in what line of work would a person with such accusations be guaranteed that blah, blah, blah? None. What other line of work
Well,
is
there were
anyone-
accusations, and
Hold on.
they didn't even
What-
press charges.
What line of work would anybody be offered $230 million for? What other
CEO.
position? Fine, you want to be a CEO of a bank and make a parachuted $230 million? Fine. What line of work in reality does anybody make $230 million for? No, you have to be one of 5 on planet Earth that can do it that well. You're one of 64 in the world. One of 64, right?
Yep.
Including starters and backups.
Yep.
That's it. And backups mostly blow, and half the league starters blow.
Yep.
That's the reality of it.
Exactly.
Cleveland Browns just got themselves a Super Bowl caliber quarterback. And these people can whine and say what they want.
Of course.
Whatever.
Everybody's going to pop off. But there is something about this whole innocent until proven guilty thing that I have a problem
Not anymore.
with. Well, exactly. I mean, if this guy, like I said, he already sat an entire season and lost an entire year's salary, which when we're talking about, it's not that kind of money, but it was still $20 million or something.
Was he still on a rookie deal?
I don't think so. I thought he got. I don't know. I'm not going to talk about either way. Even if it's normal, I mean, you're still talking
Millions.
$5 million, whatever the fuck he lost last year.
Yeah.
For sitting out for something that never even produced charges.
Right.
That all these accusations came out and all this stuff, and the knee-jerk reaction now is to just fucking sit him.
Yeah.
Fuck
it's
this
a
guy.
privilege, not a right to play in the NFL, T.
Right.
That's
But
what
wait,
people argue.
Yeah. Did he actually lose his salary? Now that I'm thinking about that.
He was on the roster. I bet he didn't.
I bet
he
was
didn't. Technically on their roster.
Now
year.
that I say that, now I'm thinking I'm backing that down. I think he might have gotten his salary because he wasn't suspended. They kept him on the roster. They just didn't start him. They said we're going to keep you out of the limelight for all this stuff. So I could be wrong in that. But either way, the point is that it never fucking came to fruition.
Yeah.
So what is he being punished for?
Yeah,
Somebody coming out and saying something. Well, that's why we have due process. That's the way this is supposed to work. Okay, when you're found guilty, then sorry, pal, you're fucked. You're cut. You got no more money. You got no more anything.
Yeah.
But to suspend these guys, before any of that happens, it's just it's the cart before the horse.
Yeah. Feels like it.
Yeah, big time.
Former offensive lineman Rich Orenberger.
Yeah, I love that dude.
Yeah. No. He's. I figured maybe you know. I don't know. Fine. He's former NFL. He's pissed at the league for punishing players for gambling while rewarding Watson.
Yeah.
He said specifically he cited Falcons receiver Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, he's out for the whole year.
Who got a 1-year ban after he was caught betting on NFL games. Calvin Ridley bet on his own team to win with an NFL partner sports book.
Of course.
1-year suspension. Deshaun is actively facing 22 civil suits of assault and misconduct, fully guaranteed 5-year, $230.
Well, he did already get suspended. I mean, not suspended for a year necessarily, but he sat out all last year.
Yeah.
So, and while this was all pending, so it's not exactly apples to apples.
Yeah.
And Pete Rose thing will tell you that it doesn't matter, even if you're betting on your team to win. It's still a no-no.
I know it is, but I don't fully understand that one.
Because I mean,
And you and I both know some NFL players who have bet on some fucking games.
yeah, and you just don't get caught. You have to be smart about it. And I mean, whatever. In reality, do you need it? No.
Yeah.
It's you know what I mean? You fucking some of the decisions these people make is just fucking stupid.
It's along the lines of insider trading. Yeah. When if you're on an NFL roster and you know, like, this guy in our team isn't going to go, he's a game time decision. This guy's not going to go, like, or this guy's going to play. No one thinks he's going to play, but he is, and he looks fucking amazing. Like, you have some information that you could see you wouldn't want in the gambling lines.
Oh, of course.
You know?
Well, and just the integrity of the game, the optics of it. I don't want insiders betting on their own product.
No.
Right. That's the problem because it's too easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
You know, these.
And it's one step closer, T, to being able to buy someone off to throw a game.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? It's just one step closer.
That the point shaving thing that went on college basketball.
What school was that again? But it was amazing how much of an impact just like getting
exactly.
Like small little things
a little
could
bit
have.
Here, a little bit there, and that's one of those things where you can just you can just barely miss fucking receiver in the thing could not catch a ball. You know, could be a contested ball, can go up and fumble it around, not come down with it, could step out of bounds, could get an offensive pass interference, things like that you can get kind of under the radar without going, and like being blatantly obvious that you're throwing the game.
Yeah, I mean, and it calls into question certain play. Like, I hate to bring it back to my Niners, but it's what I know the best. Mm-hmm. They were in the Super Bowl in 2019, and Jimmy Garoppolo missed Emmanuel Sanders on an over-the-top touchdown that would have sealed that game, probably. I mean, obviously, there's a few minutes left in the game, but
would have gone a long way.
Would have gone a long way. And he overthrew him by fucking 8 yards. And it was like, dude, that's the easiest seam route fucking throw to make. Like, how does an NFL caliber quarterback overthrow a guy that hard? If you found out 10 years from now that Garoppolo bet on the Chiefs and had $10 million on it, You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of thing where you go, oh, okay, well, that makes a lot of sense how he could overthrow that guy.
But he's not dumb enough to do it on his own fucking dime. He had somebody lay the bet for him.
Yeah.
You know? Separate yourself from that shit.
And I'm
Ridley.
in no way accusing Jimmy Garoppolo.
No, it's just
like
the point. But it is, I mean, like I said, we watched that 30 and 30 or whatever that was about the point shaving thing. And it just shows you really how easy it is and the little manipulations that you have to do, because it's not even like wins and losses. It's the spread. Yeah. You know, you can still win the game, just don't win by more 6. Than 8 or whatever it is, you know. So you can still go out there and win, but...
You can lose this game by 50. You cannot win this game by more than 6 would be the thing. And so it was like, all right, we try to win, and if you're up 7 with a minute to play... Shenanigans get involved.
Exactly right. Little turnover, you start milking the clock down, you miss a pass, you intentionally miss a shot, you know, a lot of things that you can do. And so that's why I have no problem with the principal players should not be able to bet on their own product. You can be great. You want to bet on another sport or anything else, and that's you talk about it. It's an NFL partnered site these days. Right? You know,
it's I just don't see this playing out well. I understand they're all making quadrillions of dollars off these partnerships, and all we're getting now is advertising.
Right? Isn't that the big one? That's
FanDuel, DraftKings, like
they're all
MGM Casino. Like they're dominating the media landscape. They're running constant advertising on every one of these channels. It used to be the fucking unspoken word.
Yeah.
In ESPN would never discuss gambling. Like it was just like, and now it's just like shows
dedicated to it. Yeah. Remember when the your brackets, office pools were illegal?
Yeah.
And still technically are.
Yeah.
Because unless you do it through one of those sites, it's technically unlicensed gambling.
Really?
Yeah, it's still it technically is illegal to do like your office pool.
Yeah.
If you know Joe just takes all the money from everybody and pays out.
Yeah.
That's gambling, unlicensed gambling. It's illegal.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy and ridiculous, but it's true.
Well,
you can do it. You know, it's just because they're not getting their piece.
You had bookies that you met in an alley. Tuesday payout over under 500 either way. You know, you win 500, you lose 500, you pay it on Tuesday. Like you'd meet him in a fucking alley and give him an envelope. He was kind of a sleazy dude. Like that was not that long ago.
No, God no.
You know, it was like
it was Vegas, Vegas and Atlantic City. That was it. If you weren't there, you couldn't bet.
And you usually had one friend who knew a guy who was a bookie or knew a bookie. It was like
that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean. Remember it vividly.
I did quite a bit of betting back in the day.
Hell yeah.
I was fairly good at it.
Were you?
Yeah. Problem is I was actually very good at it. I mean, for the most part, but I was lumped in with some other guys that weren't that good at it.
Yeah.
And so there was a point when we were like, there was like 5 or 6 of us all betting through the one line because the one guy knew the bookie, so it was all through that line. And like halfway through the NFL season, I was up like 600, but the line was down like $2,000 from everybody else's.
Wow.
So I was like, all right, here you go. You fuckers all pay me out $100 right now, whatever. And I took like 400 and walked.
And bounced.
Let you keep the other 200 towards the line, and I'm out of here because I'll never get my money.
Yeah.
If the season ends and the line's down, well, you know, these fuckers aren't going to pay me, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's a shitty way to do it, T.
I know. No, I know. Well, that's...
We didn't have a lot of options back then. You're right.
Exactly.
Maybe we can do some extra content today and do some stories.
Okie dokie.
I want to get to Patty Pimblett.
Oh my God, love it. He's my new favorite human. I think he's rivaling Jenny Fedorovich as my favorite human.
Yeah, mine too. Yeah. You know, you want to do that? You want to do some extra content because I've got a few emails I wanted to get to. I've got some great stories still.
Okay.
And we can do that. And we'll throw that in. Patreon.com/TDC podcast.
Yeah.
It just went up today. We'll be fulfilling all the stuff that's involved with that. We're very excited about it.
Yep.
Please don't embarrass us.
No.
Please.
Yep.
Oh my God, I can't take it.
And we're trying to get this thing going. So bear with us as we're working out the kinks, but it's all going towards the greater good.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike and T. London calling.
London calling.
Walters@DetroitCast.com. I can't say it enough. I love reading your emails. I really do. Please send them. Send them to T, you know, for questions for T to me. Walters@DetroitCast.com.
Eventually, I'm going to have to cave and get a fucking email on this thing. But.
Yeah, you are. Hey, Mike and T-Roy. Greetings from the UK, where we could be hit by a hypersonic missile in 5 minutes.
Oh.
Well done on the show. Keep it up. Understand you might be listening to talking heads all day long around the war. Surely you get loads of emails and recommendations that are probably up to your limit on this stuff. So no pressure from me on the following up below. Agree or disagree with John Mearsheimer. I found it very enlightening. You know what? Shit. I should have watched this before reading his email.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, I'll try to watch some of that, Brian, maybe later today.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. So
Let's circle back.
I'm glad we got someone in London listening.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Across the pond.
Yes.
That's my family's from over there. I'm half British.
Are you?
I am.
Okay.
My mom was born in England.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'd figure out what one of those little fucking Cockenshires or whatever the town was that she grew up in or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But she moved here when she was young. But
Yeah.
she's the oldest, and then her two, she has a brother and a sister that were born here. So she's
Yeah.
the only one that was born there. But so, yeah, it makes me officially half British.
All right. Well, I'm sorry about the war in your country right now.
Yeah. No.
Extra content from Bob. Little balls and one eye.
Little balls and why?
And one eye.
Oh, and one eye.
See what you did there, Bob? And I don't like it. I'll be honest with you. Mm-hmm. He's saying that because you have giant plums,
Yeah.
that I must be little balls. And then you mentioned a horrific story about stabbing a fucking wire through your eyeball.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We got to do that one, too, still.
Little balls and one eye. It's just disrespectful is what it is.
It is.
It's just flat disrespectful.
Nobody said you had small balls. We just said
Troy's
that I
got
have
very
large
big
balls. Yeah.
I don't know what I mean, I'm not pulling my balls out. Maybe you want to flop yours out on the table.
I'll fucking drop them right here on the table. I don't give a shit.
Great to hear you're starting Patreon. Can't wait to get more contact. Good day. I said good day, sir. Patreon.com/TDC podcast. And thank you for that, Bob. That means the world. And I think you're looking at one of those $100 a month ones, I think.
Well, let's hope so.
Yeah.
He
seems like that kind of guy.
NFL
to me.
Bob?
Yeah, it was NFL Bob.
Oh, hi, Bob.
Yeah, he wants to get involved.
Good.
Yeah, he can.
Excellent. One of my favorite guys.
I'm going to be looking
How's the
at
kid's mullet coming along?
Oh, my God. It's a sexy boy he's got.
Yeah.
He's a handsome son of a bitch. He
And
gave
now he's-
himself the biggest Joe Dirt bullet.
Had it all grown out Adonis style and then
Yeah.
mowed it down to a mullet.
Yeah. I mean, straight up fucking Joe Dirt, and
Yeah.
it's hilarious. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, well.
Hey, guys, from Scott. Not sure if you have seen the new Big Titty AT&T Girl with Matthew Stafford commercial.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty good. I'd send you a YouTube link of said commercial, but my wife banned YouTube, so simple DuckDuckGo search will get you there, and it's pretty good.
Well, yeah, it is, actually. We
Fantastic.
came across it. Gross.
Yeah.
And I think it's really, really good. I think it's smart. It's clever. We talked about this a
Yeah.
little bit, off air, but
Yeah.
that AT&T, what they got going on right now is a really good run of commercials.
Yeah.
With the Zooey Deschanel, being the new Lily and things
Yeah.
like that. They got a really good group.
Every
going
one
right
of those commercials has been good.
Yeah, it really
They're-
has been.
They're airing them a lot, so they're going to get old. I think Progressive is killing it with the
Don't be like your parents.
Yeah.
The
Those is
remote
fucking
Velcro
hilarious.
down was
Yeah.
great, which I think we should do. It's a smart move.
Yeah. Yeah, but we toss it back and forth all the time, so we'd have to get 2 remotes in. But I think those commercials are fantastic. Whenever they drop a new one, I just love it.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
they're
always hit.
They're so spot on. We were talking about it off air, like you said, and it reminds us of back in the day, the ESPN commercials.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
were so good.
R.I.P.
John Clayton.
Yeah. One of the best ones ever.
One of the most memorable and best ESPN commercials ever. He died at 67 over the weekend, which is a real bummer. Class act. Sounds like a great guy to work with. Covered the NFL for decades for ESPN. Always on site at some field somewhere, but he had the famous commercial where I don't even need to get into it. If you just search John Clayton ESPN
It's
commercial,
worth a look. It's
Yeah.
classic.
a lot of you will remember it. So, yeah, it's good shit.
Definitely.
All right. With that, T, let's go do some extra content for
All
our
right.
favorite Patreon members.
Yes. Excellent.
We'll drop something in there, and thank you all for being here and supporting us. And, yeah, I guess with that, we'll call it a day, and we'll do
See
it
you
again
tomorrow.
See you then.